If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you probably know that I am a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. And though it is perfect in every single conceivable way, it does have some imperfections. And one of the key details relies in the Chapter Black saga, which is its fucking characters. Now, yes, it's very clear that a lot of the people introduced in this saga are just sorry as shit, like Kaito, or the dude with the purple hair. I mean, I guess he was cool, alright, or chill, whatever, but he was still pretty lame. And obviously, Game Master and Seaman. Now, I've always watched, every single time I watch it, I realize just how shitty Seaman and Game Master are. But now that I'm on like my 5th or 6th rewatch, and I learn something new every time I watch the series, I've realized that every single member of Team Sensui is sorry as fuck and lame as fuck. So I'm going to talk about all of them and why they're lame as fuck, starting with someone we already know is lame as fuck. Now, Seaman, I can fucking talk about this shit for hours, just going in circles as to how this man sucks complete dick. Now, he was ready to start a mass genocide. Now, I'm not sure what the population of Earth was when this shit was released. Probably around the 5 billion mark. So he was ready to kill 5 to 6 billion people just because people ignored him most of the time. And then he got pushed like one time, which he probably deserved if you take a look at how this man acts, even aside from the genocide. No rhyme intended. Though I could have said I did not intend to rhyme. So he's just a whiny bastard. He's a fucking whiny bastard. He's always fucking whining. From every second he's seen. I'm pretty sure he's like in middle school. I think he's younger than the core group, which is actually also in middle school. I think they're just about to graduate middle school. Somehow. They're all like 15, but they're only just about to graduate from middle school. Regardless, his young age does not excuse him from being a whiny bastard, okay? Kuwabara, he was in middle school at the start of the series at least. So is Yusuke. And we all know that they're the GOATs. But even if there weren't examples like that, he's just simply too fucking whiny. Okay? This motherfucker keeps going on. I said figure or whatever. I don't know why I said that. He just keeps going on about how humans are trash and shit when he just got his life spared by the absolute G that is Kuwabara. And then 2 seconds later, he wants to talk about this man as if he's a god and say he's indebted to him. Like Kuwabara hasn't been moving like that the entire series. Because, I don't care how many times Kuwabara has been saved. It still doesn't make up for all the times that he saved everyone else. Even if it's been more, because he's simply a G. And he has no right to say that he's most indebted to Kuwabara. Okay? Because we all know he has no damn loyalties. He turned his back on the world, and then he turned his back on Sensui. But, of course, not after spewing some Hitler-type shit.
Don't you say that! No! Don't you ever question my motivations again!
So, yeah, he's a fucking loser, and he's just pediatric Hitler. Wanted this whole genocide, which Hitler allegedly has some Jewish in him. So, self-hating matches up. He's Aryan, too. He's short, matches up. Even though Hitler might have been tall, I actually don't know. He just seems short. I don't know. I'll be damned if I'm doing research for this video. Anyway, that about sums up how shitty this man is. But it goes past that. Because after he switches sides, this man is entirely useless. Other than providing info on where the cave was. Which they could have found out very easily. In fact, I'm pretty sure Koenma already fucking knew. So they really did not need this man whatsoever. And then they enter the cave, and all this man does is win a damn tennis match. Which honestly might be a negative, just because tennis is fucking gay as shit. And it actually sucks ass hairs. Not ass, which is commendable, ass hairs. Yeah, that about sums up his rap sheet. If we had a bitch list, he's going on it. But we don't do that anymore. Next on the list, we already know Game Master fucking sucks complete ass. Now, is he 8 years old? I don't know. He's young as shit, though. He's like a fucking toddler, damn near. But that doesn't excuse his fucking rap sheet. Because somehow, he managed to be worse than Seaman. This man's whole motivation for wanting to commit a genocide was having a bedtime and other kids not liking to play video games and liking to play sports and do something productive instead. That is his whole fucking motivation for wanting to kill everyone. Let that sink in. He wanted to kill his parents, who, yeah, they probably are shitty parents, but not for the reason he listed, because this man spends all his damn time at the arcade. But I guess, yeah, he has to fucking go to bed at 12 o'clock. Yeah, dude, you definitely should have fucking killed your parents, okay? Actually, I think they should have gotten the death sentence for child neglect, because this man he's just roaming the streets. This man probably got diddled by Sensui, but I'll get more into that later. And then, his fucking motive isn't even entirely there, because he still has another friend. Roll the clip.
You're in my territory now. Sure took you long enough to find 7 people. Sheesh, even I've got 6 friends.
Now, as we can see, he says he has 6 friends. Seaman left the group, which leads only him, not counting, then Sniper, Gourmet, Itsuki, and Sensui, because Doctor is also out of the picture. So who's the other fucking guy? Who's your best friend, pal? Because he was ready to slime him out too, just because he didn't have a surplus of them. You fucking fraud. But I will give him points, because he did shit talk Seaman. Everything he was spitting during that tennis match was entirely accurate. Unless he said something about humans needing to die. There's a lot of things to remember, and I'll be damned if I'm going back to look at it when I just finished the episode like a few days ago. Next on the list, Sniper. Sniper's pretty cool. He has aura. That's about it. He just fucking has aura. There's not much to say about him. He barely does shit. Other than, like, intimidation tactics, which will give him another plus to his aura, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But his motive still fucking sucks ass. This man saw 3 kids, 3 people, out of all the people on Earth, kill a bunny. And immediately decided everybody needed to die. Mind you, there was a shotty with him, too. And guess what he did? He hunted down and killed those boys. So he got his revenge for that bunny, which is almost justified, really. I'm not going to hold anything against him for that. But he decided to go further, because of 3 people killing 1 bunny. Let that sink in. There was someone else disgusted by them. That lady friend of his. So, while I wouldn't put him on the bitch list per se, which we're going to stop talking about because we're not doing it anyway, if there was a good list, from that, he would stray. There's not much left to say. And so now we're going to start with... He does nothing. He fucking does nothing. Then he gets his ass taken by his food. Which leads us to his food. This motherfucker's just evil. He's genuinely just fucking evil. He's done nothing since his introduction in the show but rant about killing people. He fought with fucking Genkai and his brother in the Dark Tournament when they were both somewhat good or whatever. But then he's just fucking over the top evil. Way more than Toguro. Well, the other Toguro was. And we're not going to talk about how he was cheesing against Kuwabara but still lost. And then came back. Died again. Came back again. This man came back probably like 3 times. I don't know. And he got no div by Toguro. Not even an A-class demon. Then he possesses somebody who already has at least 1 other power, not including his power to fucking eat people, because we see he eats someone. So, then he fucking gets Goku. I forgot his name, the fucking Mamoru or something. He absorbs him, so he can fucking read minds. That's at least 2 more powers. And what does he do with it? Nothing. He gets no div by Kurama. Kurama didn't even fucking hit him. He just planted a damn tree, and boom, he's dealt with. Never to be heard from again. Finally, because this man keeps coming back. You'd think somebody who's basically a major villain, with 3 chances, could at least catch 1 meaningful body. But no. He's a fraud. So, now we're on to Doctor. Doctor's just a fucking psycho. He's just a psycho. There's nothing to say about him. He had cool abilities, but I don't fucking like him. He's just fucking insane. Next up on our list, He's just gay. Like, literally. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's the only reason he's here. He's just a fucking simp. He's genuinely worse than Sakura. He's been stalking Sensui for, I think he said, years before Sensui even knew he was there. And I think Sensui was still a teen when he was a spirit detective. So let's just say he was watching Sensui since he was like, I don't know, 11. He's a fucking pedophile. He's a simp and a creep. Now, mind you, he went into this demon world plan fully knowing that Sensui intended for everyone but him to die. And he still stuck with Sensui. Let that sink in for a moment. This is basically Sakura and Sasuke. Because Sensui does not give one shit about him. And he keeps chasing after that dick. Now, I'm not sure Sensui swings that way, but he definitely isn't rocking with Itsuki that way. I mean, his fucking creepiness, Itsuki's creepiness knows no fucking bounds. Because he goes so far as to deny Sensui an afterlife, which he probably could have gotten a good afterlife, with the slap on the wrist that they were ready to give the younger Toguro. Sensui being of former service to them, him being somewhat justified in his own mind, him knowing that he'd fail or some shit like that. You know, the average fucking... Well, actually, they weren't that bad of a guy after they die in Yu Yu Hakusho. So yeah, Sensui could have seen those fucking pearly gates. But Itsuki decided, nah, dude, I gotta fuck the shit out of his body. So he takes his body from them into his own fucking pocket dimension to do whatever the fuck he wants with it. And I just want you to hear what he has to say to Sensui's dead body.
The beauty of nothing. Really, Shinobu, that's been my only complaint about you. You've always been insistent on doing these things to ease your soul. When the answer to your sadness was right beside you all along, you just wouldn't see it. I guess I have always resented you some for that. But you're right, we shouldn't fight. You've seen the error of your ways now and have come to my open arms. We'll just sit, and you'll never have to leave me again.
Yeah. Fucking creep. And that just leaves the main man himself. Now, Sensui's cool. He's a cool villain, okay? I actually really do like him. I like his whole, I can predict shit, dude. I like that. But, his motives are still shit. Now, I for one do believe that spirit world propaganda is a real thing. Because he was pretty chill, okay? So was fucking Jin. I can't believe how I forgot his name. There's some pretty fucking chill so-called demons in this show. So, spirit world politics, they're 100% real. They're basically Ronald Reagan to black people. Well, Ronald Reagan to demons. What Ronald Reagan is to black people, spirit world is to demons. They're not even called demons. They're yokai. They took this shit to the fucking max. CIA needs to take notes, or don't. Because I honestly don't want you to learn anything. But you could learn something from these guys. So, Sensui being a victim of them, of the propaganda, he goes out and he kills demons, okay? And then he witnesses what he knows to be the most evil people on the planet. Their whole purpose for existing is that they're the most evil people on the planet. And he sees in one room, people torturing demons. Demons who he understands, at this point, to be entirely evil. But that makes him turn against the entirety of humanity. Like 10 people. Let's say 10 people. Even though it's probably less. Torturing some demons. Torturing pure evil. And that makes him turn against... We'll fucking lowball it and say 4 billion people. Including infants and little babies. That's what turns you evil. That's what turns you evil. Evil people being mean to things you understand to be even more evil. Yeah. On top of that, he's just lame at times. And, like, entirely fucked up. He meant to fucking slime out a toddler. He meant to slime out Game Master, which I'm glad Game Master died. Was really pissed off when they brought him back. Was happy when Kurama snuffed him out, sort of. I was very proud of Kurama in that moment. And then Kawenma had to, show up and fuck everything up. But regardless, yeah, this man he recruited a child soldier, took advantage for his hate towards parents, and got him killed, knowing that his plan would fail in the end anyway. He just wanted a free trip, and he thought the life of this child was worth it. And then, fucking Kazuya. I like the idea of the split personality. I do. Using that to justify the killing and stuff. But Kazuya is just straight up evil. This man tortures butterflies and fucking children for fun. That's not justification, it's just being evil. You can't use evil as a fucking justification. That doesn't make any sense. Why does Kazuya exist? Other than the fact that he materializes a gun somehow by changing his fucking personality, that doesn't make any sense. And look at him. Look at him! He thinks he's fucking tough, but he's not. And then he starts talking in a deeper voice too. He's genuinely lame as shit. So 1/7 of Sensui is just lame as shit. And then the rest of him is just fucking evil. And also, he wined and dined Gay Master. He said, "Hey, little kid, mind if I play with you at the fucking arcade? Let's walk down the street, and I'm gonna take you to a 5-star restaurant." What did you do to that kid, pal? Probably nothing, but, you know, that's a spectacle to look at. That's it with the video. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you.